Okay, guys, let's keep going. Oftentimes, when you see a project, when you know how you want to approach it, it just makes it so much easier. And obviously, the only way for you to know how to approach it is to have enough experience, frankly, have made enough errors and mistakes to realize, oh, next time I'm going to do it this way. And that is all about experience and just kind of screen time using this particular software. And that's how you can master software. So let's do this heart, but rather than me try to draw it kind of off angle, I'm going to rotate it so that I can work on it straight up and down. So this layer is currently locked. I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to go to that layer. Oh, let me move that off to the side. Why am I not able to select this? What the heck? Yeah. Oh, the link file was locked. All right, well, good. Now you saw me kind of troubleshoot as random things happen. I think just so that I can guarantee that I'm straight up and down, I am going to turn on my rulers. And here's the ruler. I think the 0 starts from here, 1 inch. And sorry, my screen is a pretty large screen, so I'm sure it's super small on your end. And it's 17 inches because I'm using a tabloid size paper. But it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to click and drag out a ruler here. Let me move this off to the side. And then let me move it here. And then you could also lock the guide so that you don't constantly select it after you've set it. And I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to rotate it as closely straight up and down as possible. Of course, there's ways to be super accurate, but right now I'm eyeballing it for the sake of this exercise. And of course, also I'm going to eyeball the logo. So, I'm not going to be all paranoid about not being perfect. I think that's good enough. Okay, so I'm going to lock that layer so that I don't keep selecting it. And I'm just going to create 1/2, and that's why I set it up that way. And then I'm going to just do a mirror and then combine them together. Or in this case, I don't have to combine them because they're two separate artwork. Let me see. And even the bitmap is not perfect, but I want to say that there's some white space here, so that one should have some white space. So I'm just going to use this side, and I'm going to mirror it, and then we're going to be fine. All right, so again, more Pentool. We're going to, let me go to the line work layer. We're going to click and drag out the handles to say that I'm doing this arc. And I think I'm going to try to loop all the way around here and click and drag. Again, the least amount of anchor points that you use, the more smoother your curve will look. And I'm holding down the space bar to move my screen around, and then Alt to scroll in and out. And then, of course, this handle, I'm going to reduce it so that it becomes straighter. But I'm just going to stop right at this guide, click, and it's going to be a straight node here. Hold down Shift. And then in this case, I'm going to go to the center here so I can control that arc. Click. And maybe click and drag. Oh, yeah, it didn't like me crossing the path here, so I'm just going to do this. Do I want that? No, you know what? I'm going to undo because I want this heart to be like a perfect heart first, and then I'm going to cut it up. So I'm going to finish the half the heart so that I know I have my outline shape exactly the way I want it. I'm going to hit my A for my direct selection tool or the white arrow tool. And then I'm going to start finessing these curves here and get the heart to be exactly the shape that I want. Pull this in a little bit closer. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. You can see here when I fill it. So curve looks pretty good. That has a little point on there that I'm not super happy about. Yeah, yeah, that looks good. Take off the fill. And then it's going to be really the same technique. I'm going to just kind of draw some curves over it so that I could divide this thing up. And the key is dividing it, from one singular object instead of trying to make 1, 2, 3, 4 different shapes, right? Because then you can maintain geometrical continuity. A for direct selection tool. All right, I think I'm good with that cut. Let me see. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to do it in pieces. So I'm going to cut that and divide it now. And then, of course, ungroup. So now I'm dealing with this guy here, and I'm going to come back in and cut through these points into that point. So they all end up in the same geometry. That. And I'm going to hit that anchor point. Yeah. I'm going to hit this anchor point because I want it to end. Okay. Oop. But just remember, right, I am working on there. Let me select these two so you can see it. Make a copy of it. Oop. Selection tool. Alt. Just remember, I made a copy of it, by the way. It's still here. I'm only working on that. I'm not working on that blue portion of it. So I'm going to select this, hit shift and select a path, and I'm going to divide. And there you go. So I'm almost done here. So now I'm going to, so this guy here could be one green color, right? I'm going to undo first of all, or ungroup. So that's one. So I'm going to eyedropper, make that green. And then select this path here and make that white with no fill. Take that path, no fill, and take this guy. There you go. So I have my heart logo here. And of course, they're, different pieces. I think I have a white in here too, which is, at this point though, I can delete the white if I know but maybe at a future marketing event, I might want that pink, so, just, I'm probably going to leave it. And I'm going to select everything and I am going to group them. And then we just need to, reflect it. So again, you're going to go to the object, transform, reflect, and then you're going to hit copy. And then all you're going to do is move it together. And then in this case, I'm going to ungroup again because I want to change this to that color. Oop, that color. And this guy to this color. And then group everything back. So since I'm done, and there you go. I'm going to tell you guys again the difference between vector and raster or pixels. That's it.